Hello, so today I'd like to start a very important series about mind training because we know that we can train our body. That's obvious. We can see the results. People gain muscles if they train their body, they lose weight. Okay, that's obvious. But about the mind, that's not that obvious. And very often we think, yeah, okay, this person handles this situation better than me. This person is less emotional than me, than I am, and or I haven't grew up the same way that this person. That's why it's more difficult for me, complicated in this situation, and so on. It's like a bit like fate, okay? And we don't really think very often that we can retrain our mind, and so obviously, there are differences between people, like in sports. Okay, in sports, maybe you can train, you'll be in shape. You don't necessarily you're not going to be the world champion because you're training, because people are better than you, maybe. Okay, but it's the same for the mind. It doesn't mean that we are all at the same. We start at the same level with the same conditions and so on. But anyway, if you train with your body, okay, you're going to be in shape, you're going to lose weight, you're going to gain muscle, and so on. Okay, and that's the same for about the mind. It doesn't mean that you are at the same level than other in the same conditions, it's as easy and so on. It means that if you train, you'll get better and you'll get in shape with your mind too. Okay, so let's start right away with something very practical, because I want to speak about practical thing, not theoretical. Okay, so let's forget all that now. The point here is to realize, and I will invite you to be more and more aware of that if you want. Okay, that's where are your thoughts all day long, because that's really something that we are very little aware of. What are we thinking all day long? If we could have a record of all our thoughts all day long and realize, oh, that's it's so focused on specific things, first of all. Okay, and most of the time it's about negative things that annoy us, things that we want to avoid, things that are useless, also, very useless and negative. There are studies that have been made to realize that, and if you focus on your thoughts, what am I thinking now? Okay, what am I thinking now? Okay, what am I thinking all day long? Try to do that. The more you realize, the more you become aware of that, the more you realize that your thoughts are really not, I would say, your mind is really not working for you. It's really not your friend most of the time. Obviously, the mind is a tool. You think what you want, but we don't realize as our thoughts are detrimental to us. Okay, so that's very important to choose what you want to focus on, and your thoughts are the reflection on where you focus on. And if you focus on, it's I like to represent your day, your life, everything that's happening, anything. You just take like a snapshot of one moment in your day. Okay, and you have like a big picture and a lot of, like, on the screen. Okay, a lot of pixels. Okay, and each pixel is like a certain aspect of this moment, of this situation. Okay, and you have all these aspects as much as there are pixels in this image. Okay, and you can focus on one, and if you focus on one or a few of them, okay, you're going to see only this part, this little part here, and if you focus on the white, you're going to see your world in white, because that's, your mind will be fully focused on that. Okay, if you focus on the blue, your world will be blue. Okay, and that's something like that that is happening in your life all day long. So what you focus on is your life. It doesn't mean that there is only that. It means that that's what you're experiencing. Okay, that's it. So focus on something that pleases you. You're full of life, full of joy, enthusiastic, and so on. Focus on something that annoys you, and you're sad, you're depressed, and so on. Okay, it's as obvious as that. Both are true, and you can choose to focus on one or the other. It doesn't mean that you deny that the other exists. It means that if you don't have to focus on it, you're not going to focus on something that annoys you, that depresses you, makes you depressed, just for nothing, if it's useless. Okay, if you can focus on something that makes you happy, you're going to make that bigger, make it your main experience, okay? And maybe there is this little part that I'm annoyed by, but I'll keep it to the minimum, and I'll enjoy as much as possible what I enjoy, obviously, okay? So just realize that that's a big thing, because if you notice that, if you're more and more aware of where are your thoughts and how useless they are most of the time and negative, and that you can choose and change that, and that your experience depends on that for 90%. There is 10% you don't control, but 90% you control because of where you focus your attention and where are your thoughts. So that's a very big point. If you know yourself, that's really the big key, and that's where you can change a lot of things. So that's the first thing for today. I'll come with new things, tomorrow and the day after us, but just be aware of that more and more. And the more you're going to be aware of that, the more you're going to be surprised of how your mind works against you, because you let it be, like spontaneously, nothing that is valuable for you at all, okay? So think of that, try that. Don't hesitate to comment if you already do that, if you have tested it, okay? And I'll talk to you very soon for new videos. Talk to you soon, bye.